as you can see, the beauty is all around in the Philippines. It's really gorgeous, and it's a good life for everybody. And you could be like a tourist just visiting the Philippines for the first time, or you could be somebody retiring coming to the Philippines. It doesn't really matter because everyone is welcome in the Philippines because it is a good country. It's mostly law abiding, although we have to position ourselves in areas that are safe. But the Philippines has all this natural beauty, the clouds, the fresh air. It's really gorgeous in the Philippines. And the Philippine people should really be appreciative of this fine country. I know life is difficult for most Filipinos. So sometimes it's difficult for people to appreciate the beauty of the Philippines. But the beauty is all around us in the Philippines. We have the beautiful waters, beautiful skies. You know, the American government, they used to always like pollute the air. I don't know why they did that. Why do you do that? Somebody was making a comment about the Philippine government today on my YouTube channel, and I responded, at least your country, the Philippines, does not pollute the air, and they don't let mass immigrations, illegal immigrations come in where people just come in terrorizing your country. So the Philippines may not be a totally perfect country. However, the country does not try to destroy itself by letting unvetted people come in and just like destroying the country. And also the government doesn't put pollution in the air. Look at the beautiful clouds behind me. It's clean. The water's fresh. So that's one wonderful thing, is that in the Philippines, they don't do that. And as a foreigner, I just like enjoy my life in the Philippines. I don't get involved in like politics and stuff. I don't really get involved in politics in my own country, really, because it's so depressing and it's so horrible what's happened in the country. And America is working right now to clean it up because it got so messed up under the last administration. And there's a massive cleanup in America. But the Philippines doesn't have that problem because they don't like let things get wild and crazy. But it's beautiful on the beach. We're hanging out. We have our feet in the sand. We're just enjoying the beautiful ocean, the beautiful nature. It's a sunny day in the Philippines today. We're live. Please subscribe, like the show if you like it. We're in the water, and it's so wonderful in the Philippines. And I hope I don't fall down. But it's just a wonderful country. And, you know, there's a lot of health benefits of being like in the Philippines and also by the ocean. You know, doctors, they say that your lifespan can really increase a lot if you're by the ocean. And that's what I like to do. My health has got better since I've been close to the ocean, and I've been able to enjoy the clean water, the fresh air, the sunshine. And it's just been really wonderful just to enjoy everything about the Philippines. And, you know, there's so many health benefits. And I think like my health has benefited a lot by being around so much natural beauty and also fresh air. It's really great. And it's just a nice country, really. And the people are really friendly, you know, in the Philippines. And hello, how are you? And it's just a good country. And it's what really makes it cool, the Philippines, is that you have so many nice Filipinos. And the people are genuinely nice, and they're cool, you know, they will help you. The main thing as a foreigner, including myself, is just to be nice to people, you know, like don't come into like the Philippines and act arrogant. Just be humble, be nice, and be respectful to the people, their customs, their traditions, and just everything about the Philippine way of life. Because it is a great life. And, you know, the Philippine people, like I say, are cool. And if you're nice to the people, they'll be like nice tenfold to you. You know, on my YouTube channel, so many nice Philippine people and making comments and stuff. But when I do my motorcycles and stuff, and a lot of people from England and even America, they're making rude comments and they're saying bad things and stuff. And it's really weird. I was one of the first YouTube bloggers in America, and the people a long time ago were really rude. You know, they say horrible things. And that was before YouTube was able to do like blocking of the kind of the censorship of words and stuff. I couldn't believe how many nasty comments they were. And mostly they're all from Americans. So it was really nasty. And just this week I met like an American guy, and he like was saying all these bad things to me. And I was shocked, you know, like I was like, what's happening, dude? Like, why are you talking to me that way? And he's like being insulting to me. And, you know, when I'm in the Philippines, I don't have the people do that. And then I was really startled because the people are like respectful in the Philippines. And then when I see this foreigner from my own country, he's like talking crap on me. And I'm just like, I get up and I'm like, what? What did you say? I do a lot of training for self-defense, and I'm glad the guy didn't attack me, because I would have leveled the guy. He was twice as small as me. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to hurt nobody. But, you know, if you have to defend yourself, you have to defend yourself as a man. But I'm glad he walked away, because I just don't have like that friction in the Philippines, because life is good in the Philippines. And I never go like seeking trouble. I never go like trying to make trouble with people, because the Philippine people don't do that either. They're not out trying to make trouble. Actually, they're helping you a lot, and the people are a lot of them are nice. And if you have a problem, a lot of the Philippine people will help you and stuff. So I never have the rudeness that I did with a foreigner. And then people ask me like, why don't you hang around with a lot of foreigners? And I'm like, well, just like that guy, he's being rude and disrespectful. And to be honest with you, a lot of foreigners do have bad names in the Philippines, because they go to bars, they're drinking, they get wild and crazy, and they just misbehave, you know. And the Philippines is more of a conservative country. And that's why I like it, because it's not too crazy and radical. And in America, a lot of the people are crazy and radical. And they come to the Philippines and they just like think they can behave. But I was pretty pissed off at that guy for insulting me. And I couldn't hear him because I had my motorcycle running. And I stood up, I turned the bike off. I said, what did you say to me? What did you say to me? I thought he said something really bad, and he did. And he laughed. He said, never mind. And his girlfriend was there. And I said, what did your boyfriend say to me? And she said, go away, go away, go away. And so I'm happy. I'm happy. Because I've been in the Philippines for on and off quite a while, and I've never had to like have a problem. And I don't really want to have a first problem, because I don't like hurting people, and I don't want to like make a trouble, because the Philippines is such a peaceful country. But life is good in the Philippines, and we're live at the beach. Just look at this beach. It's so beautiful. And the sand is great. The sand is pure as cooking flour, the cooking flour. And it's just so cool. And, you know, everything about the Philippines is awesome for me. But of course, everyone has their own opinion. You know, I read sometimes foreigners, they say like, oh, I don't like the Philippines. I was in Manila and people were rude and stuff. But that can happen, you know, in big cities. You know, you could be just like, you could be like left out, or there's so many people, millions of people in big cities like Manila and Cebu. And when I go to those places, I feel the same way. Then I come to like the province, and then the people are more nice, and there's not as much thieving going on. Although there probably are thieves everywhere in the world, but the thieves, well, because there's so many people in a big city, there's just more thieves and stuff. And there's more pickpocketing, and you got to watch your bag. And when I go to Manila and even Cebu, I have to really carry my belongings close to me, in front of me. And I've been pickpocketed in Cebu, so I know what it's like to be ripped off. And you know, Manila, I haven't given people that chance because I know it's all over the place. I one time knew this guy. He was a German dude, and he was really rich. And he had this beautiful gold necklace. It was very beautiful. And he lived in Manila area. And I told him, I said, why are you wearing that gold necklace? It's very expensive. And he's like, yeah, it's nice. And he was kind of showing off. And I told him, I said, don't wear that necklace in Manila or somebody will snatch it. They will snatch it. And he was like, yeah, go away, punk. You know, like, go away. I don't like want to talk to you. And I don't really want you to tell me what to do. And I told him, you know, you should really not wear that in Manila. And so the next time I saw this guy, the gold necklace wasn't there. And I said, what happened to your gold necklace? And he said, somebody snatched it in Manila. And I said, see, I told you, take that freaking thing off when you're like with a lot of people. I said, what happened? And he said, I was walking on a busy street and some young guy grabbed it and then he pulled it and he ran. And he's an older guy. So of course he can't catch a young track star. A lot of these Philippine dudes can run fast and a lot of old people can't run that fast. And so anyways, I told him, I said, you should listen to me because I'm very nervous when I go to big cities. But when I'm in the province, it's not like that. You know, it's just there's less people and it seems like there's less bad people too. So life is good, especially in a province. It's more sort of peaceful and quiet. It just depends what you want. You know, some people like to be near big hospitals, you know, they think that being near a hospital will save their life. And I've known lots of people who have passed away in the waiting room, waiting to go see the doctor. So I don't know. I'm not sure if there's any place that can save your life, really. I mean, a hospital is good if you need emergency, but you know, life is fragile and, you know, it's day to day. You know, every day we wake up, we should pray and thank God for the beautiful day that we have ahead of us and the gift of life, because life is not forever. And so we should be appreciative of everything. And that's what's really nice about being in a province is that you can kind of really be appreciative of everything and the beauty. I mean, look at the ocean. It's so beautiful and it's gorgeous today, sunny day. There's coconut trees. There's people playing in the sand. It's just gorgeous. And we're just having a great day today in the shade. It's hot out. You know, the Philippines is very hot. It's humid and it gets hot. It's the morning time. We're live. Please subscribe, like the show if you like it. And yeah, and you like my bumblebee outfit. And when I was in America, I was a professional. I had two jobs, a contractor and a professional motorcycle racer. And my old friend Oscar, he bought me this shirt when I was racing in America a couple years ago. And it's my bumblebee shirt. And I was known as the Bumblebee. Bryan Bee, that's my YouTube channel. And I just have been racing motorcycles since I was like a teenage, preteen, before I was a teenager. And then when I was 16, I was a professional rider, learning in the professional ranks. And when I was 17, I won my first championship. So I had been riding motorcycles a long time. And when I retired in America and came to the Philippines, right before I won in my class, I was in a little lower class because I was older and not as fast as I used to be when I was a teenager. But in the lower medium class, I'd won 3 championships and then retired, came to the Philippines a year or two later, and just traveling all around Asia. It's just such a wonderful life. And I'm glad I worked hard in my business and You know, people ask me like, what did you do? And I'm like, I was a good licensed contractor. I had a good track record, and I was very successful in my business because I was honest in my dealings with people. I never stole a peso from people when I was working, and I had a good track record. So I was a licensed contractor in the state of California in US, and I just believed that it was good just to be honest and not be cheating people. And that way you can just enjoy your life. And also, I kind of made more money that way too, because people like, they saw like I had good record. And so they always picked me to work. And I was a higher price worker than most. So I made good money because I worked alone. I did the estimates, I did the work. And so I didn't have a payroll. And I worked out of my house. And I had an old truck, old van that I had bought many years before. And I just used that same truck. So I didn't have any like payments for a building. I didn't have any like car payments because I had it all paid off. And all the machines were paid off. And everything that I had in my business was paid. So it was like profit after the materials. I didn't even have payroll. I didn't even have like a lot of workers working for me, because the more people you have in your life, the more hassle, the more workers. I had workers for just a short time when I was in America, and some were good and some were bad. And it's just a hassle, you know, people, you know, having to come to work and things. So I decided I would just do a lot of the work myself and cut all the stress. So I just go to work and do my job and then come home. And, you know, every day I would like go to the bank. I would like get half of the deposit for the job. And then when I finished the job, I would get the other half of the deposit, or finishing the deposit. So it was nice. And I never like not got paid. So it was really great. So it was just a nice life. Hello. Hi. And so, yeah, it was just a really cool experience. And, you know, when I came to the Philippines, I just said, I'm going to retire. I've saved my money. I didn't spend it crazy. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't like have bad habits, tattoos, nose piercings. I don't go to bars. I don't chase wild women. I don't waste my money, basically. And I save my money. And sometimes I would just eat simple dinners. You know, and people say like, why are you eating simple dinners? You made a good lot of money today. And I go, well, I just saved my money. Maybe I want to retire and come to like Asia and go and enjoy my life. And that was a number of years ago. You know, some people like who come to the Philippines, especially like bloggers, they've been here for like 3 days or 5 days. And then they're like, I love the Philippines. It's so wonderful. And I'm like, how many days have you been here? Like 3 days, 5 days? But I've been here going on a couple decades, and I travel all over Asia, and it's just a wonderful like life. And I retired really super young, and because I saved my money and I didn't spend it. You know, just because you like carry your money and stuff and you're not wasting, that doesn't mean like you do anything bad. It just means you're smart. But unfortunately, there's not a lot of smart people in this world. But I figured, you know, life is only so long. And so it's best to just take full advantage of every day of life. Because like, if, let's say if I was really old and then I retired really old, and then I would only have a short period of time to enjoy Asia and the Philippines and traveling and life while I have my health. But if you're really old, you know, you're sick and you can't walk, and you know, you have to stay home and maybe be in bed all day and stuff. I don't want that. That's why I said, you know, retire young, enjoy your life. Life is rich, it's beautiful, and just enjoy every minute of it, and buy time, because we cannot buy time. You know, like if you have health problems, let's say you need some kind of liver transplant or something, and you're dying, you know, you can't buy that. You just can't buy that. You have to be lucky, because I have had friends that have had illnesses like that worth billions of dollars, and they passed away because you can't buy your health. So that's why I try to really take good care of my health. I try to exercise daily. I take vitamins. I care of myself. I really just do everything possible to prolong my life so I can be healthy. Because health is what? Health is wealth. And if you're drinking heavily, I see a lot of my neighbors in the Philippines. They're young guys. They're drunk all the time, and I'm wondering, like, how long are these guys going to live? And I hope, forever, but I know the truth that if we abuse ourselves, we don't live as long as we would have if we didn't abuse ourselves. So that's kind of my feeling, is that we should always take care of ourselves, because this is a beautiful world. It's a beautiful country in the Philippines and all over Asia. I travel all over the place and I just love it. And it's just so rich, like life, to enjoy every day of it. And look at this. Money cannot buy this. And it makes me wonder why people get so sad and they're like, I want to end my life. And I'm like, why? Why do you want to do that? And I just think if people are that unhappy, they should change their life. They should move. They should move to the Philippines. Get out of America and Europe and all those crappy places where they've let a lot of illegal people come in, terrorizing the country, robbing people, getting crazy. Come to a law-abiding country that doesn't allow that, and that wants people in their country who are vetted, who are good, and that obey the law. And so that's why it's so good in the Philippines, is that they don't allow bad people to come into the Philippines. So I guess if you're bad, don't come to the Philippines. Go to Thailand. They take everybody, and they have lots of problems. But the Philippines is really picky. They don't take everybody. And some people say oh, the tourist is down in the Philippines. It's a terrible country. But that's not really the truth. The truth is the Philippines is careful. They don't allow bad people in their country, like Thailand and other countries in Asia. And when you see a lot of these other countries, they have many problems. There's many people, I know in Thailand, I watch the news and there's always somebody falling out of a window in a high rise. And I'm like, no, wait a minute. Nobody falls out of the window that much. Maybe people are getting thrown out, old men are getting thrown out the windows. I don't know. I'm not there, but you don't hear that stuff in the Philippines. But there's a lot of crazy people in the world. And if you go to a country like America or other countries like that, even in Asia, you have to go to a country that is law abiding, so you don't have all these problems. But yeah, and the Philippines is great. And I watch a lot of videos where people say I'm so happy I left the Philippines. And I say, go ahead, go home, go back to America, go back to England. You belong there. If you're not happy in this peaceful, beautiful country, it's best that you leave and go back to your matrix, your life of hell and your life of sadness and your life of nobody friendly. The Philippines has just a great amount of friendly people, happiness. Everywhere around is happiness in the Philippines. And that's what makes it so nice, is that the people are happy. And, if you have a beautiful country like this and then people aren't happy, then you don't really have much. But when you have a beautiful country like this with beautiful oceans and you have happy people and you have respectful, law-abiding people who don't bother you, except for the foreigners, they will bother me. But, I don't know, it's happy life. There's a place over here that a lot of foreigners go hang out and play bocce ball. And they're all foreigners from my country. And when I go over there, sometimes they say, go away, we don't want you. You're not welcome here. And I'm like, oh, oh, okay. And they all are wild guys, really drunk guys with, tattooed all over their body and long hair and kind of like druggy kind of people and alcoholics and stuff. And I'm like, I don't really want to hang out with you. And that's another reason why I don't hang out with a lot of people like that, because I'm not like that, you know, like I'm not like gonna join their party. And all over the Philippines, a lot of people do party, especially Filipinos. And I sometimes will give like my neighbors some money and stuff for their birthdays or whatever, for Christmas, or buy presents. But I don't like to join their parties, even though I'm friends with a lot of people. I just tell them, I don't drink, I'm sorry. And sometimes if there's a special occasion, I'll give them some money and they'll buy alcohol with it. But I just don't think it's good for yourself to indulge in heavy alcohol. Because my father was an alcoholic, and my mom taught me well that you shouldn't really do that. And my dad passed away at a young age because he was a heavy smoker and drinker. And I saw that. And then my mom, she passed away at an old age because she didn't smoke and she didn't drink. And she had a long, nice life. Rest in peace, Mom. Rest in peace. I love my mom. I was a mama's boy, and Mom just really loved me. I found out towards the end, before she passed away, that I have two sisters and myself. And my mom told me, you're my favorite and you always were. But she didn't tell me that. So it made me feel really good that my mom really loved me. And I was always close to my mom. And she was always good to me to the end, you know. And like seeing my mom for the last time was so sad. And I knew she was going to pass away because I was coming back to the Philippines. This was like 2013. And it was so sad, like seeing my mom for the last time, like somebody who birthed you and who was wonderful and who raised you and gave you a great life. And then to say goodbye for the last time, that was like heartbreaking. And I'll never forget that. It's really sad. And life moves so fast. My mom, I remember her young and full of energy. And then all of a sudden she became very old, like 90 or something, 91. And I was like, God, what happened to time, you know? Time goes so fast. That's why I tell you, just enjoy every day of your life and take good care of your body, because your body is like, your body is your temple, you know, body is life. So if you disrespect your body will disrespect you. So always care yourself. I can't really say that enough. And my dad just started out drinking like one drink, and then he turned into an alcoholic. And I have other family members who turned into heavy smokers and alcoholics. And I saw that. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I tried those things, you know, when I was younger. And I realized that that wasn't for me. You know, like that wasn't what was going to be my destiny. Because I saw how, like my dad, it ruined his life, you know. And when I was racing, when I was 17 years old, my dad was really sad, you know, and he was drunk all the time, and he had gone away. My parents divorced because of alcohol, and he came back before I died, and I hadn't seen him for a long time, and he thought I was my sister's husband, Mike. And he goes, "Hi, Mike." And I'm like, "I'm your son, Bryan. Remember, you're the alcoholic and I'm Bryan." And he felt real bad about it. And then when I was racing, one night I raced and I won all my races, and he was heavily drunk. And I had a line of like 45 minutes of people for my autographs because I had a very successful evening racing. And I was young and I was very fast and I was very skinny. And my dad came up to me and he was crying like, my son, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you." And I'm like, "Dad, like, calm down." Especially like 17 years old. Like if you're 17 years old, you don't want like somebody like doing that. You know, it was embarrassing because young boys especially get embarrassed quite easily. And me too, because we're shy, especially at a young age. Now I would be better, but when I was 17, I was like very upset, you know. I'm like, "Just go away, Dad. Like, don't bother me." And he was drunk and he was ruining my fun evening because he was crying all over me and he was so proud of me. And that was nice, but it would have been better if he wasn't drunk. That would have been better because it was embarrassing. And I had to like apologize to like my fans when I was signing autographs. I had to say, I'm sorry that my dad is like intoxicated. He can't help himself. And I feel really bad about that. But that's what happens, you know. Some people fight when they're intoxicated. They call alcohol like the devil's brew, because some of the nicest people I've met in the Philippines, Filipinos, they're so nice. And then they get drunk and then they start punching people. They punch their wife. They punch their mother. They punch, you know, their sister. And I'm like, whoa, it's so freaky, because when people get intoxicated, they change, you know. The nice people sometimes can become like crazy. And it's like the devil got in them or something. They're not like that. They're good people. And then all of a sudden, the alcohol makes them go crazy. So that's why I say, try not to drink, you know. And if you drink, try to not drink very much, because alcohol and cigarette smoking is addictive. And I've seen it firsthand. And when people get addicted to it, they can't stop. And I thank God that I never have that tendency. I'm like my mom, to be addicted. And my mom tried, you know, drinking and stuff. You know, she experimented when she was young, but she stopped, you know, and she didn't do it. And she had a long life and a healthy life. And my mom was really a great woman. And I miss that lady every day. So it's sad how life can change, you know, but that's the way it works. But life is so short and so fragile. That's why I say, like, enjoy every minute of it, because it's so temporary and it's not forever. And it's so beautiful if you look and see the sky and the blue water and the boats and stuff. You see a beautiful world. It's a beautiful world we live in. So just try to enjoy each and every day of it, and because it doesn't last forever. And try to be safe. You know, safety is very important. Put yourself in good positions, you know. Don't go out at night, you know, looking for trouble. Stay kind of low key and try to just be safe at all times, because people can run into problems no matter who they are. They could be foreigners or Filipinos or whatever. And you just have to put yourself in a good situation in life. But thank you for hanging out with us today, with me on the beach. I got my Bumblebee shirt. I love this shirt. I don't wear it every day, but I'm wearing it today. And I got my Bumblebee glasses. But thanks for hanging out and enjoying life and enjoying the film. Hello. Hey, how you doing? Hey, this is one of my classmates. How you doing, brother? Hi, good to see you. Hi, nice to see you. I'm doing live stream right now.
Oh wow! Awesome.
I got my friends on live stream. How's it going? Nice to see you.
My wife spotted you.
Oh, very good. I'm here just enjoying it. We went to the same high school, right?
Right.
El Medina, El Medina, El Medina High. Hit him with an enchilada right between the eye. Yeah, very good. Oh, I finally met you guys.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's a small world, right?
Yeah.
Wow, life in the Philippines. Are you guys enjoying your life in the Philippines?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
How could I not?
You've got a beautiful, sweet Filipina.
Yep.
That's the women here are so nice, you know, they're so good, and that's good. You got one. That's good. I love this country, man.
It is awesome.
I had to get out of California.
Yeah.
It was getting too wild, too crazy.
Yeah. How long have you been here?
I've been here on and off for like 16 years.
Oh wow! Wow, awesome.
Yeah, I retired young, and I saved my money, and I moved to the Philippines, and then I travel around Asia and stuff like that. It's really great. So yeah, let me talk to you.
Yeah.
Take care. Hold on, I'm gonna quit this live stream. I have to go moving around some. But no, just wait a second. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, like the show. I'm gonna talk to my old high school friend. And see, the world is small. And I got some good foreigners right here. I said in my live stream, I don't like a lot of the foreigners here, but I like this one. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hey, you take care. I'm going to go chat with my friend. And have a great day. God bless. Take care. Stay safe. And always take care of yourself.